guys, welcome back. Today's unit is going to be on geometry. We are going to go over a two-dimensional shape called a quadrilateral. So a quadrilateral is basically a shape with four sides. It's pretty safe to say anytime you hear the word quad, you should associate it with the number 4. Some different quadrilaterals that we have right here, for instance, we have a rectangle. A rectangle is a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides. We have a trapezoid. Trapezoids are quadrilateral. They have 4 sides. A square is a quadrilateral. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sides. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral. It has also 4 sides. And a rhombus is a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides as well. So what would not be a quadrilateral? A circle is not a quadrilateral because it does not have any sides. It's just a round shape, so that's not a quadrilateral. We can do a triangle. That's not a quadrilateral because it only has 3 sides, tri. So that wouldn't be one. Maybe something like this. You've probably seen that shape before. That is not a quadrilateral because it also has more than 4 sides. So today we're going to be focusing on some quadrilaterals that we should be able to recognize from previous lessons, which is going to be the rectangle, the trapezoid, the parallelogram, rhombus, and squares. And we're going to go over different properties of each to classify them and group them into certain groups. So, one thing I love is anchor charts. That's one thing that I always want to do. Today we're going to make an anchor chart together. So everyone has at their desk their own little set of cutout shapes, little foam shapes that I basically cut out of little foam boards that I found at the Walmart. We're going to use those shapes to kind of make our own little anchor chart at your desk or here with me in the front so that we can go ahead and reference back on that for our assignments later on. So first thing we're going to go over are parallelograms. So a parallelogram is a quadrilateral. We've already discussed, what the parallelograms are, what they kind of look like. This is a parallelogram. It kind of looks like a rectangle but slanted, if that makes any sense to you. So a parallelogram has 4 sides. Makes it a quadrilateral. Opposite sides are equal. So these 2 sides are the same and these 2 sides are the same. And it has 2 pairs of parallel signs. So when we talk about parallel signs, what do you think that means? So what parallel signs means is if I were to draw an arrow here, or an arrow going this way, these sides could go on forever without actually ever intersecting. These sides here can go on forever without actually intersecting. If you were to look at the trapezoid, you would see that these sides are parallel, but eventually those sides would meet up and they would intersect, almost forming a triangle. So parallelograms, 4 sides, opposite sides are equal. That sounds like something else that we know. So first we're going to put the parallelogram. These are sticky back, so we're just going to take off the sticker. And we're going to put the parallelogram there, because that's a parallelogram. It's the name of the shape. But what else has 4 sides? The rectangle. Kind of a parallelogram, just not slanted. So we can definitely put the rectangle under the parallelogram category. We can classify that as well as a parallelogram. And continuing on, another shape that has 4 equal sides, the opposite sides are equal, and 2 pairs of parallel signs. I said they're all equal, but they're not. These 2 are equal, these 2 are equal, and these are parallel, these are parallel. The square. So we can go ahead and put the square on the parallelogram classification also. So parallelograms, we have 3 shapes that are there. Now for a square is kind of in a category all on its own. A square has 4 equal sides and it has has two pairs of parallel sides, and on the square, all sides are a 90-degree angle. So what do I mean by that? I mean, this is a 90-degree angle right here. This is a 90-degree angle. This is a 90-degree angle, and this is a 90-degree angle. So take some time and look at the shapes at your desk and kind of see how these are all the exact same side. Now, when you go over the quadrilaterals we've gone over so far, you'll notice that we only have one shape that has 4 equal sides and all angles are 90 degrees. So the square is in a category all on its own. But when we go to think about a rectangle, we could see that the rectangle has 4 sides. Opposite sides are equal. So these are the same length. These are the same length. And it has 2 pairs of parallel sides, meaning these are parallel and these are parallel. Again, meaning that they can go on without ever intersecting. So that's an obvious one, right? We'll put that as a rectangle. But what else has 4 sides with opposite sides being equal and 2 pairs of parallel sides? Look at your shapes. You're right. The square again is a quadrilateral because it has 4 sides. The opposite sides are equal and it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. So we're going to go ahead and put the square and classify that as a rectangle also. Now we have the rhombus. So a rhombus has 4 equal sides. It has 4 equal sides and it has 2 pairs of parallel sides and the opposite sides are equal. So opposite sides are equal, kind of like a square. To me, the rhombus kind of looks like a slanted square. Kind of like the parallelogram looks like a slanted rectangle. The rhombus to me looks like a slanted square. And it does have 4 equal sides. The opposite sides are equal, meaning this side and this side are equal, this side and this side are equal, and it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. So if we were to draw a straight line from here to here and from here to here, it would never intersect. Up and down, no matter how far we went, they would never intersect. So we're going to go ahead and put the rhombus down there. It also kind of looks like a diamond. See that? If you put it that way, that's how I was able to draw it. So if you ever have to draw a rhombus, just do a diamond and make sure the sides are equal on each of the points and then just turn it sideways. So that's a little trick you can use for future assignments, right? So another rhombus that has 4 equal sides is going to be a square again, right? Because the square has 4 equal sides, the opposite sides are equal, and it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. I dropped my square, so I'm just going to draw one here for you. So it'll just be 4 sides. The opposite sides are going to be equal, 2 pairs of parallel sides, right? Our final classification is going to be a trapezoid. So the trapezoid is kind of like the square. It's in the little classification of its own. There's nothing else like a trapezoid. It has 4 sides, just like all the other quadrilaterals that we were learning about today. But it only has 1 pair of parallel sides. Remember we were talking earlier that if we had this shape, no matter how far this went this way, it would do good. So that's 1 parallel side. But if we were to go this way with it, eventually these sides would intersect at a point. So that's why it is in its world of its own. It is the only quadrilateral that has 1 pair of parallel sides and 4 sides, which is why it's a quadrilateral. All right. So we went over the fact that a quadrilateral is a polygon. We already discussed what polygons are. A polygon is the shape, and the quadrilateral is in that category. Now breaking down the quadrilaterals, we went over parallelograms, squares, rectangle, rhombuses, and trapezoids. All right, guys, is there anything else that we would need to go over? If you have any other questions, just let me know. And